long time no talk or post or anything like that, but meet Smiley, also known as my mom, bless her. This look was inspired by Pinkstylist. He did his own Smiley look and it turned out super good, so I'll link his channel down below in the description. Smiley is actually a 2012 movie that I've never seen, but I noticed it does have Shane Dawson in it, so I'm gonna have to. Besides that, Smiley's super creepy. I try to make him a little more dirty because in the movie, I personally feel like he's too clean to be a creepy murder smiley face, so I made him how I felt like he should look. Anywho, if you have 3 hours of your time and you want to see how to do this look, just keep on watching. So first you need a victim that trusts you enough to glue stuff to their face. Then I'm taking 91% alcohol, or just make them wash their face just to make sure that the area you're gluing the bald cap to is clean. You don't want any excess oils or the adhesive won't stick very well. Now I'm taking a cheap bald cap that I got off of Amazon for about $8 and spirit gum from Mayron. Make sure it has the remover with it. Then your victim is going to pray that you're doing something alright, and you are going to as well. Notice I put it on crooked, but you know, you're gonna cut it to fit their head anyways. Also, make sure their hair is slicked back and in a braid or a bun, so you don't got a weird mullet thing in the back. Next, you're going to take scissors and you're going to very, very carefully cut around their hairline a little bit, like I did, about 1 inch under her hairline and around where her ears are, so that it is not like extra long and weird. Yeah, she don't trust me. Once the bald cap is as situated as you can get it, you have to have petroleum jelly or Vaseline. Put it on their hairline, not on their skin, just on their hairline, their eyebrows, and their eyelashes if you feel like latex or adhesive may get on them. No one wants an accidental waxing. Now I'm just taking the spirit gum and painting it onto the flaps by the ears, and I'm waiting until it gets tacky. That's how you know spirit gum is ready to adhere to the skin. You could paint it onto the skin, but I found it a little sketchy since it's by the hair. Anyways, if you need a more in-depth tutorial, I will link some down below on how to put it on a bald cap, but as of right now, I'm skipping to the actual makeup. Alright, now by far the most pricey part of this look is liquid latex. You need a lot of it, but you do not need a gallon, so don't worry about that. Next, I'm taking a bowl and I'm transferring a little bit of the latex from the container to that bowl to work on, just so that if it starts to dry up while I'm working with it, I'm not wasting a whole bunch of latex at a time. Also remember, if you're planning on doing other looks like this on different people, make sure you separate the product just so that it remains sanitary. Moving on, now I'm taking one of those foam wedges that you can get in a bulk at the dollar store, and I'm dipping that in latex and I'm applying, I think I applied about 3 layers of latex onto my mom's face. This is the most time consuming part because you have to wait for it to dry in order to put the other layer on. After about 3 coats of liquid latex, your face should start to look like plastic or rubber, and that means it's time for the masking tape. Pinkstylist used the masking tape to try and erase his nose, and that is a brilliant idea, and that's what I'm going to do. But before that, I am applying cotton balls to the sides of the bridge of her nose, just so that it's a little less of a dramatic decline from her bridge of her nose to her cheek, if that makes any sense. Next, I'm starting by applying pieces of the masking tape from up by her eyelashes down to the tip of her nose. And you can kind of see how this works. It really sticks to the liquid latex when it dries, so make sure it's where you want it to be, because if you lift it up, it's gonna rip off the latex and you're gonna have to freaking apply 3 new layers. After trying to cover her nose as well as I could with the masking tape, I'm going in with just a few layers of liquid latex before applying the cotton. Next, I'm taking some toilet paper, just the thin strip, and I'm applying it to her nose while the latex underneath it is still damp, just so it can stick to it. And then I am saturating the absolute crap out of the strips of toilet paper with the liquid latex again. Make sure that it's completely covered so that when it dries, it's stiff and won't like flake off or look weird. Also, my mom could totally breathe. You can actually breathe through it. I didn't think she was going to be able to breathe. Right now she doesn't look like she can breathe, but that's just the latex fumes because oh my god, they stink. After attempting to cover her nose, I'm doing the same thing to her cheeks and to her chin minus the masking tape. I'm applying a layer of liquid latex, putting the toilet paper strip to the liquid latex while it's still wet, and then applying a thick layer of liquid latex over the toilet paper. Honestly, this is the most time-consuming part, just doing the liquid latex and waiting for it to dry. Once it's all dry, the face painting part is easy. Now this is where it finally gets creepy. I'm doing the same thing with the masking tape, just by her eyes. Make sure if you're doing this on someone, you ask them if they can see, because they're not going to have their peripheral vision and they kind of need to see at least a little bit. So I started by applying the masking tape on the outside of her eyes to make sure that she could still see forward. And then I started applying it up by her nose and working outwards, I guess, until she said that she couldn't see anymore. Then that's when I stopped, because like I said, you kind of need to see. Then you go back in with the same latex technique that you used on the rest of your face. Now this is where the trust comes in. I had to get sharper scissors because the other ones wouldn't cut through the latex, because latex is technically like rubber. I started by picking up an edge by her lip so that I can start cutting into it. Try your hardest to stay away from the person's real cheek when you're cutting into the latex cheek. Remember that it doesn't have to be perfect or completely even either, because this is like a murderer guy we're talking about. Also, if you're doing this on somebody else, if you're doing somebody else's makeup, communicate with them. Make sure that they're comfortable telling you, hey, stop, you're cutting into my cheek. This is special effects makeup that we're doing, not real effects makeup. Now, if you've gotten this far, then congratulations, the hard part's officially over. Now you just need to paint the person's entire face with their shade foundation and make them look all creepy and dirty and whatnot. Now I'm using Mehron's Paradise paint in black. It's water activated, so I'm just spraying some water in it with the water bottle spray thing and using a thin brush, paintbrush or makeup brush, to fill out the hollows of the person's face. So in this case it'd be the eyes and the mouth. Now this is where I was really careful not to overdo it. I put barely any black paint on the brush, and I even brushed some of it off on my hand before doing this, and then I'm stippling out the hollows of where a normal person's head would be. Smiley's head has like a weird hollow, like where his temple is, so I'm kind of creating that, and then I finished by kind of stippling the paint all over the face and blending it out so there's not a lot of legit like brush streaks that you can see. Then I'm taking just a normal like fluffy blending brush and I'm applying this plum reddish purplish tone around the eyes and the mouth. Don't be afraid to put it on heavily and to make it look messy, because this guy's been killing people. Then I also went in with a darker brown and a black shade and really focused that where the slits of the eyes were and the mouth, just on the edges. In the movie, Smiley's eyes and mouth are stitched together, but obviously we can't do that here because a person wouldn't be able to see or talk, so I'm taking a liquid eyeliner and just drawing on the stitching. Now, I wanted to make Smiley look like he was drooling like blackness, evil, blood, whatever. So I kind of drew a little map on where I wanted him to be drooling, and then I sprayed the crap out of the water activated paints and the brush, and then I just kind of pushed the brush onto the skin or the latex at this point until it started drooling down. Now all that needs to be added is blood, of course, and this blood is just chocolate syrup mixed with a bunch of red food coloring, so you can put it in your mouth. It's safe to eat, it's just sticky, and it smells really good, where some fake blood really just doesn't. I then finished off the look by putting it in her mouth, in her real mouth, and in her eye slits. Now you are Smiley, or you have a Smiley friend, or in my case, a Smiley mother. Hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial. This is like my first actual special effects tutorial with like latex and stuff. So hopefully it was helpful and enjoyable. There's going to be more to come this month. If you liked it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and turn that notification bell on so you know when I post, because you're going to need to know, considering I don't post on a regular basis because school and work and school and school and school and school, and I'm still talking. So I'll see you in the next video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Bye. How do you feel?
Tired and sticky. all the food coloring.
No big care on health future for every American. President Trump is working to make America great again for all of our citizens.
Actually,